We're over at my daughter's house doing our first hive inspection of her bees that she got about 2 weeks ago. This is a great looking colony. We've taken off the first frame and now we're just separating the frames all at once so that we can put the hive tool away and use our hands inside the hive. But you can see it's shoulder to shoulder honeybees in here, and they've got all the face of every frame completely covered with bees. So you've got a very healthy hive here. She'll do quite well because all of the foliage around her property. This is the second frame from the outside, and you can see the queen is doing an absolute beautiful job here. Perfect side by side, end to end, top to bottom, full of brood larvae on both sides. So what we're going to do now is we took frame number 1, put it in this other box. We took an empty frame, put it next to it. Now we're taking frame number 3, putting it next to it, and we're going to checkerboard this. So between every existing frame we're going to put a new frame. This will allow the queen to easily start laying in the new frame, allow the bees to pull the comb on the new frame, and all the resources are right next to each other. So instead of putting a box on top of this, which is completely bare just like this, and they have to pull everything out, here they have the resources right next to each other. Very smart way of expanding your hive. Now that we've moved all the frames from the original hive over to this box and checkerboarded it, she's bringing new frames into the original box where the old frames were taken out. As we're going from a 10 frame box to an 8 frame box, we need to get rid of 2 frames. So we're taking the outside frames, which are just honey, and knocking the bees off and reducing it from a 10 frame to an 8 frame. So she's just shaking off as many bees as she can. Now she's gently brushing off the bees from the 10th frame that will set out away from the hives so the bees can come and pull the honey to use for food. So we have effectively reduced from 10 frames to 8 frames on the first layer down below in the new box. She doesn't have enough boxes here, so I brought some of mine over today, and we'll use these temporarily until she gets her other boxes. We've already staged all the frames in the right locations, so she's not going to use her hive tool because we've already loosened with the hive tool. Now she's just going to pick them up, put them back in the same order and the same direction that she takes them out of the hive. You'll have the bulk of the larvae in the center of the hive and the honey stores on the outside. So we've put 4 new frames in the bottom box and 4 original frames in the bottom box. And in the top box we're going to put 2 new frames and 6 original frames. You'll see how quickly these bees have already gotten onto the new frames, just seconds literally after we've put them in the box. The advantage of checkerboarding is that they're right there with the other frames that they're already used to. So they'll start working immediately on pulling comb on the new frames if they have enough food supplies. Now that we have the new box all set up, we'll get those all tightened up and squared off. We'll shake the bees from the box and get this in position where the original box was. So here she is shaking the bees out, trying to get them into the new home. That is not working. They are staying in the bottom of the box. So I'm going to come over here with the bee brush and brush them out. Not all the bees were shaken off into the new hive, and so we put the old hive box down in front of it. They'll smell the pheromones from the hive and move up into the hive. She has one of these lovely English garden hives from Brushy Mountain. This will be a great addition to her backyard, and her neighbors will be blessed also in their gardens and flowers by having the bees pollinating. She's got a very, very strong hive. She does not need to feed it. Lots of stores, lots of brood. Things are going really well. We're going to do the same thing with this other hive here, and then she'll be done for the day. This is LDS Prepper reminding you, if ye are prepared, ye shall not fear. One of the things that we have for our preparation is honey in our food storage. Take a look at my other beekeeping videos in my backyard beekeeping playlist here on YouTube. Check the link below this video.